Tetrahedron. Tetrahedron.
Hello and welcome to episode 3 of CompactO. This is a screenshot of my offline games after 3 days, but my recorder crashed and I had to reset it, and this is what I got instead. I also got an achievement which was not recorded. I'm going to show it to you a bit later. So today we're going to go through the Tetrahedron. Did I say it properly? You could see I was looking how to pronounce it because it's a brand new English word for me. Okay, so we are in F1 and it looks like the second resetter is worth it. 2.76 times, as I was saying in the previous episode. It seems like you do it only when it's worth it, and from 1 to 2.76 seems like common sense, so that's what I did. So what we're going to do, we're going to go from T1 to T2 to T3 and probably skip directly to T4 to avoid repetition. I'm going to show you the progress I make on each plane, and we'll discover what we unlock after the Tetrahedron. Here we're looking at the achievements. The achievement I got is this one. It popped as soon as I loaded the game, 10 billion bucks. Not that we care about achievements too much in this series, but we might look at them a little bit anyways, because I'm completely obsessed with achievements if you followed any of my series. The only place I can spend XP here is money, so that's what I'm gonna do. And here I'm waiting to get more squares, and I'm not completely certain what to do because I could upgrade to 1.29 times. That's because here I'm looking, by the way, there's 2 more layers it seems. Here I misread because it says I need 86 squares, and I'm like, yeah, I got 86 squares, nice. I can buy T2, but no, it's 86 squares in T1, so it's always the previous one. So T3 requires 86 T2 and so on. So I was like, okay, no big deal. It just means I'm gonna have to work on T1 to reach 86 squares before I can add a new plane. So I was talking about the 1.29 times. We still see it on the left right here. Feels like it would be worth it to activate it, but I think I'm gonna move forward. Yes, I'm gonna move forward because there was something I decided to do instead, is double the effect of it before doing it. Now it becomes much more interesting, and I'm gonna spend the rest a bit randomly between normal and sacrifice. So here I go to 2.72, much better than the original 1.86. And I'm already at 85 squares. Of course, we're skipping a lot of things because I cannot show you everything. This is one gameplay session, by the way, and I stopped playing ever since, and I'm looking forward to finish this video so I can play again. I'm gonna see next video how many days I stopped playing, how many games I have. I'm gonna discover the next layer. Let's call them layer, whatever it is. Once again, most of you probably already know what they are. So here I'm waiting to get 100 million to get my 86th square. Here we are, 100 million, and I will not do the reset in the bottom left times 2 or whatever, because what I want to do is get T2. Excellent. So that's done. I'll spend my XP point. Now we're still in T1, that's right, because it resets it. The only thing that doesn't reset is XP, right? It resets everything else. At least you keep your automators, which is really nice. And that's my plane number 2. First goal, of course, is to get automators on. Eventually, the fast forward will kick in, and you're gonna see me fast forward my way through getting all the automators. Here we are, I think we're fast forwarding right now, so I can fully automate. T2 is my first XP, so I can get auto reset squares. And I'll keep going. approaching 10,000 already. So it's still time for the acceleration I'm using on the compiler. Another 10,000 bucks will enable me to get color change, and then I make much more money already. XP is going up. More squares. We did a reset here. Then I move forward, auto color change, and we are fully automated for T2. And now I need 86 and T2 to unlock T3. But T3 we won't look at it the way we look at T2. We're gonna kind of skip it because it's gonna be the same thing. Let's go back to F1, see what kind of progress we made. My record is 220. And if you look on the left, for 89 squares, I can go 5.4, 5.6 even. So I decided to go for it. Okay. My multiplier 32,000 times. Eventually we're going to switch to scientific notation. Usually I wait longer, but I decided to do it early in this series. 85 in T2. We skipped a bit ahead. All I need to do now is get 100 million, and I'll get 86 T2 squares to unlock T3. And I got 6 points to spend, so half and half. Usually that's what I do, money and sacrifice. 40 more million. I skip ahead just to accelerate things a bit. Another XP to spend, and we should be close to 100 million. There you go, 100 million. Time to buy T3. And once again, same process. You buy everything, automator, etc. So we're gonna skip most of that and buy T4 in a moment, very soon. Okay, here I can go 2.84 times. Where am I? I don't even know where I was. Oh, I was in T1, that's right. So T2 was reset. Another upgrade. So progress is very fast and it's very motivating to play this game. It was difficult to stop playing, in fact. You will make a cut where I'm gonna buy automators for T3. And look at that, for optimization purposes, max square displayed. So many squares now that there's a disclaimer. Okay. Well, my record is 341 squares, so I can do times 2 and minus 10% cost for the second time in F1. Very nice. Now we're gonna go scientific notation. Once again, a bit early compared to other series, but I felt like big numbers were coming very soon anyways. By 1 or 2 episodes from now, I'm pretty sure the numbers will be pretty high. Let's see where we're at. So 1.5 times, easy reset, no brainer. So that's T1, record 100, I'm at 85. Once I hit 86, I can do times 2. So I'm gonna wait for that. I need to reach 1 E8, but I do have 1 XP to spend, so we're gonna spend that XP while we wait for 1 E8. To get my 86 square and do times 2 and minus 10% cost. There you go. Let's do it. There we go. Excellent. And T3 is at 86 now. As I said, I skipped the whole thing just to save some time. And now it's time to create T4 and see what happens. Oh, what's that? Infuse. Click for information, but I'm not gonna click for information. I'm about to though, I promise. For those who are curious what this thing is, I was really curious what they are, but I just wanted to click a couple of times here for some reason. But I couldn't resist but come back, and let's take a look. I'll do a bit of reading. When you infuse, you will lose all previous progress and enter the shrinkernator. You will gain cues that you will shrink into microcubes in the shrinkinator that can provide some nice boost. Okay, interesting. You can only infuse once you have all the required planes, but it's best to infuse the first time with 500 cubes or more. So I'm gonna follow that advice. My goal in this video is to reach more than 500 cubes. I'm at 450. So how do you get cubes? Is it based on the number of square you ever made? I don't know. Maybe you can answer that in the comments if you know the answer. How does Infuse go up? Is it by creating new squares? That's my question. Or is it based on money? So while I'm waiting to get to the 500, I'm going to do a couple more things, but in a moment I'm going to show you where I stand for each plane and we'll finish this. So here my record is 341 and 1365 squares if I want to do another ×2, that's because I did it twice. And here record 160, I did it once, the ×2. In fact, I did it everywhere once. No, not everywhere, sorry. Never mind that. So I'm gonna spend XP as we go, why not? So T2 also, I did a ×2. And record 130. But T3, I didn't do it yet because it was reset when I created T4. So next episode we'll do that, of course. Although I don't know what will happen when I start playing with the shrinkinator. So at 42 squares, of course, I'll be able to do this ×2. And T4, I can do ×2 already for some reason. So let's do it and spend our XP point. And let's see how much Infuse points we have. $524, so we would be ready to infuse. And normally I would have continued my gameplay session, but of course I had to stop it here because I'm making videos. So next video will infuse, but there will be several days of offline gains. I'm really looking forward to see how much gains I made and what the shrinkinator looks like. I hope you liked this episode. If you did, please hit thumbs up and leave a comment below. If you want to support this channel, you can subscribe and hit the notification bell to make sure you don't miss future videos. Thank you for watching and see you next time.